Okay, hello everyone. I'm going to have to ask for your patience. Let me say that this is the first time I've ever attempted to do anything like this, and I don't have a whole lot of confidence that it's going to come out as good as I want it to, but bear with me and we'll try to get through it. We're going to take a look at some definitions as found in Black's Law, 4th edition, of some things that nobody I have seen talking about, but I feel are very important to what's going on around the world right now. So let's get started. So let's take a look at the difference between what a nation is and what a country is. A nation, a people or aggregation of men existing in the form of an organized rural society, usually inhabiting a distinct portion of the earth, speaking the same language, using the same customs, possessing historic continuity, and distinguished from other like groups by their racial origin and characteristics, and generally, but not necessarily, living under the same government and sovereignty. Okay, now, this next little section here is from Emmer de Vattel. A constitution of a nation should be an organized rural society, both governing its own members by regular laws and defining and protecting their rights and respecting the rights and duties which attach to it as a constituent member of the family of nations. Okay, again, from de Vattel. The words nation and people are frequently used as synonyms, but there is a great difference between them. A nation is an aggregation of men speaking the same language, having the same customs, and endowed with certain moral qualities which distinguish them from other groups of a like nature. It would from this definition that a nation is destined to form only one state, and that it constitutes one indivisible whole. The nation is the moral body, independent of political revolutions, because it is constituted by inborn qualities which render it indissoluble. The state is the people organized into a political body. Now, in American constitutional law, the word state is applied to the several members of the American Union, while the word nation is applied to the whole body of the people embraced within the jurisdiction of the federal government. Okay, fairly straightforward and easy to understand what a nation is. Now let's take a look at what country is. The portion of the Earth's surface occupied by an independent nation or people or the inhabitants of such territory. In its primary meaning, country signifies place, and in a larger sense, the territory or dominions occupied by a community or even waste and unpeopled sections or regions of the earth. But its metaphorical meaning is no less definite and well understood, and in common parlance in historical and geographical writings in diplomacy, legislation, treaties, and international codes, the word is employed to denote the population, the nation, the state, or the government having possession and dominion over a territory. Now, the word country is used in treaties made by the United States government, insofar as it applies to the United States, means the states of such country. Okay, now let's move on to some of the different types of governments. Let's start with national government. The government of a whole nation as distinguished from that of a local or territorial division of the nation, and also as distinguished from that of a league or confederation. A national government is a government of the people of a single state or nation, united as a community by what is termed social compact, and possessing complete and perfect supremacy over persons and things so far as they can be made the lawful objects of civil government. A federal government is distinguished from a national government by its being the government of a community of independent and sovereign states united by compact. Okay, again, fairly straightforward and easy to understand. So let's move on to what a federal government's legal definition is. The system of government administered in a state formed by the union or confederation of several independent or quasi-independent states, also the composite states so formed. In strict usage, there is a distinction between a confederation and a federal government. The former term denotes a league or permanent alliance between several states, each of which is fully sovereign and independent, and each of which retains its full dignity, organization, and sovereignty, though yielding to a central authority a controlling power for a few limited purposes, such as external and diplomatic relations. In this case, the component states are the units with respect to the Confederation, and the central government acts upon them, not upon the individual citizens. In a federal government, on the other hand, the allied states form a union, not indeed to such an extent as to destroy their separate organization or deprive them of quasi sovereignty with respect to the administration of their purely local concerns, but so that the central power is erected into a true state or nation, possessing sovereignty, both external and internal, while the administration of national affairs is directed and its effects felt not by the separate states deliberating as units, but by all the people in their collective capacity as citizens of the nation. The distinction is expressed by the German writers by the use of the two words Staatenbund and Bundesstaat, the former denoting a league or confederation of states, and the latter a federal government or state formed by means of a league or confederation. Okay, now I think this is something important that we need to think about based on just what we've read so far. The Supreme Court recently overturned Roe versus Wade and returned it to the states, and I believe they've opened a door for we the people to use their legal system to take back our country and return it to or ensure it is a proper government. So, what is a proper government? I'm glad you asked. Let's take a look at what I believe is a proper government. First, let's take a look at what a republic is. A commonwealth, that form of government in which the administration of affairs is open to all the citizens. In another sense, it signifies the state, independently of its form of government. Do you understand what that means? It signifies a state. So we have a republic. That Our constitutional republic was deemed to be a state when they initiated and decided that we was going to have a federal government to control everything. They should have went with this one here, a republican government, one in which the powers of sovereignty are vested in the people and are exercised by the people, either directly or through representatives chosen by the people to whom those powers are specially delegated. Again, I hope you can see the difference of what's been going on and how the words are so very important. The words that they've used from the very beginning have been used to set us up to be able to take away our freedoms and turn everything into civil rights and or privileges instead of our God-given inalienable rights. Now, if you have any questions or if you enjoyed this, please leave me a comment stating so. And if you'd like to see more, I have a much longer presentation that we can go over in the future if you've enjoyed this one. But at this time, let me also thank a very good friend of mine called Thumper. He's been of great assistance in making sure I put this together in a manner that allowed it to flow and make it easier to understand. So, Thumper, thank you so very much. And for all the rest of you, Thumper has an absolutely fantastic channel on Rumble called Thumper 14. I'd encourage each and every one of you to go over and check it out and watch as many of his shows as you possibly would like to because they're all pretty good. Thank you, everyone, and have a great day.